Hello everyone, I am Prajwal and today we are going to discuss this problem, convolution. This problem is rated as easy on CodeChef and you need some basic maths to solve this. So guys, if you haven't read the problem yet, go back and read it, try it out and come back and see the solution. With this, let's begin. In this problem, we are given two sequences. Sequence A of size n. So we are given A1, A2 till A of n. And another sequence B of size m. So we are given B1, B2 till B of m. Now score of two sequences u comma v is defined as, so let's say that u is of size n and v is of size m. Then this is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n and summation j is equal to 1 to m. U of I multiplied with v of j. So in this problem, given the sequences a and b, we have to process q queries. The first query is of type 1 L R X. Basically, this means that we have to add x to the range L to R in the sequence A. So let's say that the sequence A is A1, A2. We will have some A of L, then some A of R, and ending at A of N. So we have to add x to all the elements in this range from A of L to A of R. Similarly, we have a query 2 as 2 L, R, and X. In this, we just have to do the same thing but for sequence B. So given the sequence B, we will have some B of L, some B of R, and then B of M. And we have to add the value X to all the elements present in the range from B of L to B of R. We have the third query as just a simple number 3. In this, we need to find the score of sequence A and B modulo this prime number. In the constraints, we are given test cases from 1 to 10. N, M and Q will range from 2 to 10 to the power 5 and all the numbers can be from minus 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power 5. Now let us look at some test cases. So in the first test case, we are given A as 2, minus 1 and 5 and we are given B as 3, 3, 2 and 4. Now it is given that Q is equal to 6. We are given 6 queries. In the first query, we are asked 3. This means that we have to calculate score of A comma B. This is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to 3 and summation j is equal to 1 to 4 A of I into B of j. So now if we calculate this, we will get 72. In the second query, we are given 1, 2, 3 and minus 2. So now we need to add minus 2 to the range 2 to 3 and since it is 1, we will do this in A. So A will get updated as 2 will remain 2, this will change to minus 3 and this will become 3. We add minus 2 to the range 2 to 3. In the third query, we are again asked 3, which means we have to output score of A comma B. So this is again equal to this and it turns out to be 24. And we can go on and answer all these queries. Moving on to the approach. So in this problem, we are given a sequence A of size n, a sequence B of size m, and we have to process q queries. The first query is of type 1 L R X. This means that we have to add x to the range L to R in A. The second query is of type 2 L R X, which means we have to add x in the range L to R in B. And the third query is just a simple 3, which indicates that we have to print the score of A comma B. So now one of the approaches that might come to your mind is the process of simulation. We can actually simulate these queries. So for the first query, we can just iterate for all I from L to R and we can update A of I as A of I plus X. Similarly for query 2, we can write for all I from L to R, we can update B of I as B of I plus X. For the third query, we just iterate for 2 loops for all I from 1 to n, and for all j from 1 to n, we can write answer is equal to answer plus a of I into b of j, and this will give you a score. The score is defined as double summation over j and I and a of I into b of j. So we can use two loops to calculate this. The complexity of the first query will become order of n. This is also order of n, and this is order of n into m. So now the overall complexity for the q queries will become order of q into m into n. This will give you daily. So now to approach this problem, first of all, try to optimize these two for loops. Try to find the score efficiently, try to solve this further, and try to calculate the score efficiently, because in any of the queries, we have to print answer for 3. And this means that we have to find score after every update efficiently. To do this, first try to optimize this and move towards the solution. Moving on to the solution. So in this problem, we are given the sequences A and B, and we have to process the Q queries. So now the main solution of this problem depends upon simplifying this score function. So score of A comma B is defined as summation from I is equal to 1 to n and summation j is equal to 1 to m a of I into b of j. So now let us expand this. So we will get a1 b1 plus a1 b2 up till a of 1 into b of m. Similarly, we will get a2 b1 plus a2 b2 up till a2 b of m, and we will go on continuing this until the last element an into b1 plus an into b2 up till an into b of m. So now let us take a1 common from this, a2 common from this, and so on till a of n. We will get a1 into summation b of j plus a2 into summation b of j up till a of n into summation b of j. So now let us take b of j common. We will get summation a of I into summation b of j. So now the score of the sequences a comma b is equal to summation a of I into summation b of j. So now this tells us that to find the score of a comma b, we actually do not need the exact values of sequence a and sequence b. We only need its summation. Hence, to process the q queries, let's take the first query, which is of type 1, L, R and X. Now we need to add X to the range L to R in A. Basically, A of L updates to A of L plus X, and so on till A of R get updates to A of R plus X. Now our goal is basically to calculate the score efficiently. So to do this, let us maintain two variables, sum of A and sum of B. Sum of A is equal to summation A of I initially, and sum of B is equal to summation B of J. This is done before all the queries. Now, when we get the first query of this type, we will just update our sum of A as sum of A is equal to sum of A plus R minus L plus 1 into X. Because the change in sum is only this, we are adding X to the range A of L to A of R. Similarly, for the query of type 2, which is of the type 2, L, R and X, we will update sum of B as sum of B plus R minus L plus 1 into X. Now the query of type 3, we have to find the score, and simply the score is equal to sum of A into sum of B. So now as we can see that all the queries now take order 1 time. So the total time complexity of this solution is order of n plus q, because we need order n time to calculate sum of a and sum of b initially, and order of q to process all the queries. The space complexity of this solution is order of n, because we need to store the sequences a and b. Moving on to the code. So we start by first processing the input. We take the sequences a and b and use the variable sum1 and sum2 to store the summation of a and summation of b respectively. Now we input the number of queries and the type of the query. If the type of the query is 1, then we input LRX and update the sum1 as r minus l plus 1 into x. So guys, don't forget to take these modulos everywhere because they are very important. It is defined as this prime number. Similarly, for the query of type 2, we will input LRX and update. In this case, we will update sum of 2, which is the summation b, as r minus l plus 1 into x, and we will take the modulo. Now finally, to calculate the score, it will be sum1 into sum2 and we will take the modulo. Now I have taken the modulo, then added mod again and then again taken the modulo. This is because let's say that sum1 and sum2, the product is negative. Then in that case, the final score will be negative if we do not add this modulo after taking it. So this is done to avoid any kind of wrong answers. So guys, this is pretty much the whole code. Try to code it yourself, and if you face an issue, then come back and see it again. Moving on to the code. This code has been written in Python 3.6. So guys, for this question, prefer using sys.std and stdout for fast IO. So we start by taking the input, then we go to the solve function and calculate sum1 and sum2 as the summation of arrays a and b respectively. Now we input the number of queries, and if the query type is 1, we extract LRX and update sum1 as r minus l plus 1 into x. We do the exact same thing for if the query type is of type 2, we update sum of 2. Guys, don't forget to take this modulo as they are very important. Now we calculate score as the product of sum1 and sum2 and use modulo arithmetics to get the modulo value modulo this prime number. It is defined over here. Finally, we will print the score. So guys, this is pretty much the whole code and it passes all the test cases. So guys, I hope you understood the problem clearly. If you have any questions, drop a comment in the comment section, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to get our latest updates from CodeChef. Thank you and goodbye.